today we have a very important topic for SHIBA INU. I'm gonna hop straight into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But let's talk about this because this is getting out of hand. Okay, why SHIBA INU will never reach $1? That is the topic of discussion. And I know this is gonna make a lot of people mad, but I don't care. I only care about the people who want to hear the realistic predictions for SHIBA INU and for these other cryptos. So let's talk about this. For one, I want to talk about the all-time high we got here with SHIBA INU. We got at the all-time high 4Z8616. So 4 zeros after the decimal place, 8616. And just to kind of show you guys what that is looking like for the market cap, we can go here and take the circulating supply and multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 8616. That's $50.7 billion in market cap. Now that was pretty high. That was extremely high. That was when Elon was pumping Doge. So SHIB was kind of benefiting off of that. Vitalik Buterin, they donated a bunch of SHIB to him. And then that was the big thing because he started talking about it. And he was like, well, now I'm donating all this SHIB to India to help them out. So that really blew SHIB up, right? Now SHIB is down to a 7.3 billion market cap. Hasn't been the same since, hasn't been back up. The total supply for SHIB is not the same as the circulating supply. I don't know why they haven't changed it here. So what we can do, because I want the most accurate prediction possible, because I know what everyone's going to say. They're going to be like, oh, you didn't include the burned coins, which, yeah, last time I did a prediction, I didn't include the burned coins, which is true. You guys are right about that. So let me include the burned coins. So let me take circulating supply and then subtract it. Well, let me take the top max supply, right? The total supply. And then let me go ahead and subtract that by this. So this right here represents the burned coins. So we take the max supply right now and we subtract it by the burned coins. So we really only have this much in SHIB. And then let me copy this. So this is going to be our point of reference for the whole video. So this is not million, billion, but trillion. So this is 178,813,338,495,256 dollars. Okay, so we're going to take that and we are now going to multiply that by our previous all-time high, because we know we burned a lot of coins since the max all-time high, right? Since our previous all-time high. So if we went up to that all-time high again, this time we would only need 15.4 billion market cap. And this is what people are talking about, which I completely understand. I completely understand what you guys are saying, but yes, we can get to $1 because we'll burn the coins. But I'm here to tell you about the dollar situation. Now, yes, we can get to our previous all-time high, and that will look something like this, like 15.4 billion. I do not know why CoinGecko does not show the circulating supply with the burned wallet in there, but it is what it is. It's not showing it, right? And then if you want to go ahead and find out the current prices and everything, you can take this and multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's not going to be right because, again, CoinGecko isn't showing, they're showing the fully diluted value as the actual market cap. So in speaking terms, the actual market cap of SHIB is actually at 2.2 billion if you really want to spin it this way, because people always tell me, oh, you don't include the burn wallet. Well, look, if I include the burn wallet, then that means that we technically only have 2.2 billion because we can't include the burn wallet when we're doing market cap. The burn wallet is included in the fully diluted value. So technically speaking, the fully diluted value of SHIB is 7.3 billion. But the actual market cap of SHIB, if we're not including the burn wallet, is 2.2 billion. So that's what we're, if you guys want to do it like that, that's how we got to do it then. And this is part of the reason why I say that we can't get to $1, because if you think about it, in order for us to get to our previous all-time high, we're looking at 8.6 billion right there, right? We're looking at 15 billion. And that is 8616 here. So we're looking at 15.4 billion and then 50 billion if we're including the burn wallet. But we can't include the burn wallet because the burn wallet is not going there. So I completely understand you guys. Now, when people are saying a dollar, this is a dollar with our current burn situation, right? Anything times one is itself. So million, billion, trillion, that's 178 trillion. You really think SHIB's going to get to 178 trillion? And then you're going to have the people start saying, but wait, Marcellus, we're going to keep burning and burning and burning, which I understand that. But you can only burn but so much because everybody must burn their coins. We must hit 99% of the supply burned in order to do what people are saying. So I kind of want to give you guys examples here. When you come over here, this is the SHIBA INU token holders chart. SHIBA INU top 100 holders. You have the burn wallet with 41%. You can even see it here. Burn wallet 41%, right? And then you have this second wallet here, 5.3%, right? And then you have the third wallet, which is Robinhood. It says it right here too, Robinhood. We have the third wallet at 3%, right? And then 3.9, and then we have 3% there, and then so on and so forth, right? And then we have this right here, which is every other account. So this is how we are going to do it. We are going to take 41.044%. We're going to add this one right over here, which is everyone else's account, 23.614 plus all the other accounts here as well. And you know, this might take a while, but this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to add them all manually, right? I'm just going to be like, but we got this one here, 5. We got 3% here, but it's 3.9. That's 5.3. So we can, you know, go ahead and just add 1 onto that for the sakes of the math. So that's 9. You got this 1, 2, 3. You know, now you got 12. Now you got 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now you got 15. 2 more. Now you got 17. 1 more. Now you got 18. 1 more plus the percentages from the other ones. Now you got, let's just say 19, and then you got 20 here. These two, let's just put 2 and 2 together, say 21, 22, put these two together, 23, 24, 25, and so on and so forth. Let's say 30, okay? we got to do that because it's going to take forever, right? And I'm not trying to waste you guys' time here. But let's add another 30. So that's 94.65%. And there's even more where that came from, but I'm kind of being a little bit reserved here with it. So 94% just looking at those wallets, not even looking at your wallets that we're talking about, not even looking at everyone, like all the smaller wallets too. Yeah, we had the other wallets that said 23, but we're not looking at every single wallet because I didn't add everything all together. That's still only 94.65% of this supply here. So what we can now do is we can now take this circulating supply, well, not even this, let's take this circulating supply, right? And let's see what 94% of it is. So all you got to really do if you want to find that out is I don't have the percentage on my thing, so I'm just going to do multiplying it by 0.94. That's 94%, right? We multiply it by 0.94. So that's 553, 891. So now we can then subtract that by the actual circulating supply. So if we burn 94% of the supply, this is what we have left. So this is million, billion, trillion. If we burn 94% of the supply, we still have 35.3 trillion. Let that sink in. Let that sink in just for a little bit, just let it sink in. So this is why I say we can't get to $1. Because even if we burn 94% of the supply, we are now still looking at a 35 billion or 35 trillion market cap. We're not getting the 35 trillion market cap. Bitcoin's not getting a 35 trillion market cap right now. In the future, yeah, Bitcoin. SHIB's not doing this in the next 10 years. Let's say that, right? Some people will be like, oh, it'll do it in 20 years. Like, come on, 20 years? You really think it's going to be that? Anyways, million, billion, trillion, 35.3 trillion. Let's do another spin on this. Let's say we burn 99% of the supply. That's what I've heard people say. They say, let's burn 99% of supply. Now we're getting a little more realistic. Million, billion, trillion here. Now we can subtract this by the supply. And now we get what 99% of the supply is. So 99% of 589 trillion and all the rest of the numbers behind that trillion this is million, billion, trillion, this is still $5.8 trillion. So even if we burn 99% of the SHIB supply, it would still be 5.8 trillion coins, which means it would still be a $5.8 trillion market cap. We're not doing that. We're not doing that this run. We're not doing that next run. We're probably not doing that the run after that, right? This is Bitcoin pricing right here. Like next run, Ethereum will be at 5.8 trillion. Not this run, but next run, Ethereum will probably do that. But not, and then the run after that, Solana might do it the run after that, the run after that, right? Solana might do that. SHIB's not doing that. That's 5.8 trillion in market cap. This is why I say we can't get to $1. And again, let's spin it again. Let's go 99.9%, right? And this is 99.9% minus total supply and million, billion. Boom. The only way we get to $1 in SHIB is if 99.9 billion% of the supply is burned, right? This is $589 billion in market cap, right? If we burn 99.9% of the supply, we then can reach $1 because at $1, the market cap will be 589 billion. Okay, and that's possible on the next run. But here's the thing. What is it going to take for us to burn 99.9% of the supply? I'll tell you what it'll take for us, right? The first thing that we'll have to do to burn 99.9% of the supply is this wallet right here would have to sell. This wallet has 5.3%. How do we get to 99% when one wallet has 5.3%? And this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. We will never reach 99.9% of the supply unless everybody sold out. And this is what makes me mad about this. Like, people just don't understand. Like, look at this and do the math. Do the math. This one wallet holds 5.3%. All right. What is 99.9 plus 5.3? Right. Let's do, and if people don't want to do the math, this is the problem. 99.9 plus 5.3 is 105.2. You cannot have a crypto project with 105.2% circulating supply. It only goes up to 100% burned or 100% circulating, or you can get in between, but you cannot go over 100% because there's no percent over 100%, right? When you're dealing with distributions like this, there's no percent over 100%, right? It's only 100, okay? So we cannot physically get to $1 market cap because we cannot physically get down to 99.9% burned, because this wallet will have to sell everything, or actually they would have to burn everything, not sell. Robinhood can't hold anymore. So now how are people going to buy? Because no one can hold anymore. Robinhood can't hold their 3.9%. Binance can't hold their 3%. Crypto.com can't hold their 2.98%. Binance can't hold their other wallet with 1.9%. Robinhood can't hold their other wallet with 1.14%. This person right here can't hold their 1.19. Binance can't hold their other 0.9%. These wallets, they can't hold their 0.765. They can't hold their 0.5. 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 They can't hold their 0.5, and so on and so forth. And not only that, the remaining 23.61% of wallets, which is everyone else, all the retail buyers, all the smaller wallets, which is 23%, y'all can't hold nothing either. Nobody can hold anything. In fact, the only person that can actually hold is probably this one person all the way down here at the bottom at 0.05. Even at that though, like, do 100, which is going to represent 100% minus 0.0, what is this, 0.05, 99.95%. So only one wallet, one big wallet, plus another big wallet can hold SHIB. There can only be two holders who are holding big wallets, because you know these whales are not going to sell because you got, or they're not going to burn their coins because you guys want them to burn, right? These two people down here are not going to burn their coins because you guys want them to burn. In fact, let's subtract the one down here. The only two people that are allowed to hold SHIB for SHIB to get to $1 is this person down here and KuCoin wallet. Better yet, they must sell their coins to KuCoin so then the retail holders can hold. So breaking this down holistically, the only thing that we can have is five exchanges holding 0.01% of the coins, and then they distribute it to the holders. That would be how it would have to work, and it would not work like that because these 1.5 million people are not about to burn their coins. They're not about to throw their money in the garbage. They're not about to burn their money and light it on fire. That's what happens when you're burning coins. They're not about to send that money to Binance to give it to them for free to distribute to everybody else, all the smaller holders, the ones that want to see it go to $1. They're not about to burn their coins. They're not about to do none of that. This is why I say we cannot reach $1. And this is purely mathematical. It's just mathematically not possible because there's too many people in SHIB and there's too much supply. Even if we burned all the supply, everybody's not going to burn their supply. Everybody would have to, though. Almost everybody would have to burn their supply. That is why we're not. Because this 23.61% of people is not doing it. And this bottom 40% or 50% or whatever it is, they're not doing it either. It's not going to happen. Like, that's just what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this. But when you break it down, the math is not mathing. The math is just not math. Like when you break it down, you are not able to reach $1 in SHIBA INU. And that is why I say, yes, we can reach 0.0003. And if you take this, and I know this is without the burn wallet, I mean, I guess I can put the burn wallet here actually to see where our actual market cap would be. But since it's not showing up here on CoinGecko, I'm not even going to do that because it's not even showing up on CoinGecko right now. So 0.12317,617. I think we can do this. This is 103 billion inside of fully diluted value. This is including the burn wallet. So in order to get up to 3 zeros and 17, 0.00017, in order to get up to that price, this would be what our market cap would look like, 0.000017617. Okay, that is what it would look like, the fully diluted value. But the fully diluted value on CoinGecko still shows as that, so it is what it is. But yeah, it'll be a lot lower actually. And I guess I can do some subtractions here. I guess I can take this circulating supply, and then I guess I can go ahead and do a little subtraction of what we got inside of our coins minus 589 trillion, whatever that is, right? Million, billion, trillion, 178 my times 0.123176. Probably not going to come out because it's at the negative. But as you can see, 31.4 billion would be the actual market cap. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, look, I'm trying to tell people we're not doing $1 unless we burn 99.9% of the circulating supply. So let me know what you guys think about this. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think that we can actually do it or not? Anyways, as always, I'll be back with another video.